Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Metamorph League. In this episode, I want to discuss the Jinxed Juju Citrine Amulet. So, before I start discussing each individual portion of this amulet, I know that just for the average viewer, your first thought would be, is this better or is this comparable to the extremely expensive mirror tier amulet that you're using? That question will be answered in this video. It is directly being compared to the strength stacking super expensive amulet. Enjoy the video. Alright, so first I would like to explain why I thought about swapping to the Jinxed Juju Amulet and why I'm testing it now. So, I'll be explaining in a future video that I'm testing out Impale, and part of it testing Impale Dread Banner is getting increased effect of auras from my skills. So this 15% increased effect is worth way more than a normal aura because we have the Impale thing. Impale and Dread Banner and all this, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but increasing the effect of this Impale, super valuable, which is why we have the 40% increased aura effect of Dread Banner in the helmet. The 15% from this amulet is a massive damage boost. Like the video! The next thing is the 10% of damage from hits is taken from your Spectre's life before you. So we already have unkillable Spectres to where they won't die, and taking the 10% of the damage you take isn't going to make them die. So pretty much this is 10% damage mitigation, which I think that this stat could be more valuable than the flat life / flat strength that we get from the other amulet, because the best way to put this into perspective, what we lose with this amulet is 300 strength, which equates to 1 zombie, and we have 500 health loss with switching the amulet. Okay, so we lost 300 strength, 500 health, 1 zombie, but the benefit is 10% reduced damage, the 15% increased effect of non-curse auras, so the increased effect of Impale, Hatred, Purity of Elements, all these auras. I don't know if it affects Avian actually. And then we still have, this is where it gets crazy. So these two stats alone were already really fucking crazy. It's also a Citrine Amulet base, which means you still get the 24 strength and dex, which is beautiful. And now, on top of this, we have 15% increased effect of your curses. So if you go a multiple curse setup through like a curse +1 curse chestplate, +1 curse on the skill tree, and then and then your normal curse, and you go like double curse rings with the curse on the glove, or a double curse glove. Dude, imagine the effect of the curse. But anyway, still 15% increased effect of the vulnerability curse is pretty relevant, very beneficial, very good, and it still has 29, well, up to 31 chaos res and up to 40 intelligence. So I think personally that this amulet can compete with a mirror tier Citrine Amulet, just because we're not a strength, like we're not a full strength stacking build. We're a hybrid, trying just to be the best minion Baron build possible. We're not a full-on strength stacking build, so this amulet's actually good. I have another thing to show you. Oh, I might also add that I bought 8 of these, and they only costed 40 to 100 C. So we're talking about a less than 1x item that competes with my mirror tier amulet. Okay, so the other thing is I bought nearly perfect roll amulets, and those were 40 to 100 C. And so I bought 7 or 8 of them, and the plan is I'm going to double corrupt these Jinxed Juju Citrine Amulets with Ravenous Horde. I'll explain why Ravenous Horde over Death Attunement, for example. I will compare the two for you. But, yeah, this Jinxed Juju Amulet is pretty goddamn good, so I have a bunch of them, and I'm going to try to double corrupt, and I'll show you the double corruption options right now. Okay, so the amulet can roll an additional curse. Oh my god. It can get block chance, the clarity, level 21. I don't think we're gonna do that. +1 to all max resistance, 8 to 10% move speed, purity of elements, so we gain a free socket. Quantity of items found. You have increased effect of hatred. Discipline is on here, technically, so you could run Discipline instead of Purity of Elements if you got it. Increased Dex and Int, increased Dex and Strength, increased Strength and Int. All res. This is crazy. There's so many good rolls on an amulet, so what I noticed is I'll be able to corrupt all of these for barely anything, for barely any cost, compared to if I double corrupted this amulet, the risk, the sacrifice, the cost is a mere. Like, what? So that's on top of why I think this Jinxed Juju Amulet is absolutely bonkers. Alright, next topic. Why anoint Ravenous Horde over Death Attunement? Alright, I'll put it into perspective for you. I did the math. The minion attack and cast speed of 8%, and the extra zombie is extremely similar damage to Ravenous Horde, except imagine that Death Attunement defaultly has more damage. You technically get slightly more damage with Death Attunement, but at the cost of the flat 10% move speed, along with the potential for some. Okay, let's not assume all of your zombies, but some of your zombies are going to get Onslaught. It's the fact. When you play Blight and your monster kills a pact, there's 10 monsters, you're gonna most likely get Onslaught on that zombie for 4 seconds. And now that zombie has 20% attack speed, cast speed, and move speed. That's the neat part. The move speed's insane. So in Blight, I have potentially on some of them upwards of 30% more move speed than you because you have Death Attunement. The other thing is when you take Redemption, it's another 10%. So I've noticed that the move speed is nice, and you combine it with, we have Avian, so it's like, they're zooming. If you've ever worn a Headhunter instead of our strength stacking belt in the build, and had the zombies, when you get like a haste buff or something, and you watch your zombies, they start zooming. It's absolutely insane. So pretty much, I'll put it into perspective again, Death Attunement is technically overall consistently more damage than Ravenous Horde. But if Ravenous Horde, if all of your zombies had Onslaught all the time, this would be better than your Death Attunement. It's more damage and 30% more move speed. So it's like the potential and the feeling of Ravenous Horde is really nice. And I technically don't need the damage, so I want the inconsistent move speed to help make sure that my zombies move around, because if they aren't, because it doesn't matter how much damage they do if they don't get to the enemy to kill them. You know? It feels like I need them to run around a little bit faster when I'm AFKing Blight. So the question after all of this information is definitely going to be an individual case for every single person. They're gonna say, Ethan, should I use the Jinxed Juju Amulet instead of my amulet? Well, do you want intelligence, chaos res, strength and dex, more damage, and better tankiness? That all sounds pretty good. Wait, and it's pretty cheap. will it still be cheap after this video? Find out on the next episode of Dragon... If you have any other suggestion of an item you would like me to look at or compare or discuss in a future video, let me know. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Thank you. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this episode. I hope anyone could learn from this Jinxed Juju Amulet video. Maybe they got an upgrade for their build. Maybe they were using an Ascendancy and now they find this to be better. All those things could be true or not, but besides all that, thank you to the people who financially support the channel, including my 57 subs on YouTube, my Patreon, and my YouTube members, Tradnix, Hannah, Steven C, Last Fable, Stacy, Ubongi, White Wolf, YouTube members, Garbar, Tradnix, White Wolf, Farkbone, Kirby, John Lelouch, Lamprou, Donwood, Dubu, Goose Eggs, and Gabriel. Thank you guys for all the support. I love all of you. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!